Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today. Today we're gonna be talking about a tier list and the starter Pokemon across the generations, the first 7 generations of Pokemon, and their final evolutions, and how I rank them on a tier list, man. A lot of people have been doing tier lists, and a lot of people have been messaging me, giving me, what starter do you think is best, and where do you rank it? And I'm gonna do it in this video. We're gonna do it right now, in this video. No practice, no preparation. I'm gonna do it from the top of the dome, and we're gonna have fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You agree, you disagree, you think I'm an idiot, you think that Snivy's Evolution Superior is the best Pokemon in the world? Let me know in the comment section below, and of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed. If you want to see more tier lists, let me know as well. I want to see you guys smash that like button, but let's do it, man. We got the different tiers. You got S tier is the highest tier, A+, A, B, C, and D. There's no F tier here, but we have all the starter Pokemon to rank, and it is officially time. So, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna just jump into it, and we're gonna go one thing at a time. So, I'm gonna just throw Greninja here to A+ tier, okay? I think Greninja is a phenomenal design. I think it's, I have a tendency to not necessarily like a lot of the overhyped starters, but Greninja is such a good design, and even though I personally don't really like Greninja that much, I gotta put him up there, man, because Greninja is pretty darn awesome. So I gotta show some love to Greninja. So that's gonna be A+ tier. S tier is gonna be reserved for just the creme de la creme. It is gonna be reserved for the one and only. I'm gonna get some hate. Charizard, baby. I am a Gen 1er at heart, and I love me some Charizard, dude. I do. My license plate on my car is Charizard, CHRZRD. That's not a joke. I've had that license plate for about 5 years now. Actually, probably longer. Maybe like 8 years now. I've had that license plate for a really long time. I love Charizard, man. It's not my favorite Pokemon, but I always love the OG Charizard. Now, I gotta show some love to my homie, Venusaur. Where is Venusaur gonna end up? I love Venusaur. I'm gonna put Venusaur on B tier. I love Venusaur. It's absolutely one of my favorites. In some ways, I would actually say that I like Venusaur more than Charizard because I love Bulbasaur so much, but I gotta put Venusaur B tier. I think that's pretty solid. Decidueye is a Pokemon that I really like, but I hate it in sprite form. I think it looks so much better when it's animated. But we're gonna put Decidueye at that solid A+ tier. I'm actually gonna put Decidueye at A+ because I think that it's such a good design. I do think its stats are pretty lame, but it's one of those Pokemon that I want to draft in Draft League because I feel like it would be so sick to draft in Draft League. I really do. I really do. I think it would be so sick. We're going to just throw this one in the bottom barrel there. Delphox, you go in a D tier, man. I'm tired of Delphox. I actually will say that I used Delphox competitively in Draft League, and I loved it competitively. Like, I love it competitively. It's very unique in the fact that it's got a really cool speed tier. It's a pretty hard-hitting fire type. Its ability Magician can really complement really cool with the Power Herb and Solar Beam. So you can do some really fun stuff with Delphox. Good Choice Scarf user. But I hate its design. And I feel like it's just lame. I'm just not a Delphox fan, especially when you have Greninja in the same game. How could you even compare the two? It's not even fair. It's not even fair, all right? We're going C tier here, Samurott, okay? Samurott, cool guy. But when you look at Dewott and how awesome Dewott is amazing looking. Samurott's lame. He's lame. He should have stayed bipedal, dude. He should have had swords or something that he could pull out of his hat. I don't know, but I'm really not the big Samurott fan. He's gonna be C tier. He's gonna fill that out because he's just bad. I just don't like him that much. I'm just not a fan, all right? Just not a fan. Okay, now we're gonna go with the next one. I'm gonna put Brionne also in C tier. I'm sorry, that's a Primarina, not a Brionne. Brionne's the pre-evolution. I'm gonna put Primarina at C tier. Another Pokemon that, again, competitively, I enjoyed using Primarina. It's a fun Pokemon. It's really powerful with Specs Moonblast. Really cool Pokemon. But design-wise, I'm not a fan. I really don't like starters that are super polarized, I guess, in terms of like Chestnut and Primarina are both, and Delphox in some ways are very polarized in terms of their design. I'm just not a big fan of them, so I don't really like Primarina that much. I don't really like Popplio either. I don't know. We're gonna talk about Empoleon here. Empoleon is gonna go to the B tier. Empoleon is one of those Pokemon that got ruined by 3D sprites, man. Absolutely ruined. If you go look at the old school sprites of Empoleon, it looks awesome. If you look at animated models of it in the newer games, it doesn't look nearly as good. It looks so static. It's just standing like this. I always joke about Empoleon because it just stands there like this and it looks so dumb. But if you look at it in sprites and kind of an animation, it looks really cool. So I like Empoleon. It's a tough one, but I do like Empoleon. Now, we're getting in the nitty gritty here. And clearly I have no one in A tier, which is tough. I'm gonna throw my man Infernape into A tier because Infernape is one of those Pokemon that I never really loved design-wise, but it grew on me. I won a championship with Infernape. I love this dude. My man's a beast. He's got special attack, he's got physical attack, he's got speed. He's like the perfect pivot, glass cannon utility, can do a lot of different things, set up stealth rocks, and it's a cool design, and it's a unique design. I know firefighting is a pretty abundant type, but I will say I do like Infernape quite a bit. Now, we're gonna keep it rocking here. I'm sorry to whoever is about to get to the put on the bottom barrel here. Blaziken, you're on the bottom barrel. You're gone. Get out of here. You're in D tier. I don't like you. I don't like Blaziken. I just don't like it. I don't know. I think it looks dumb. I mean, I know a lot of people like Blaziken. I know you guys do. I know people like Blaziken. I don't like Blaziken. I just don't. I don't like its design. I don't like its typing. It's just lame. And you know who else is lame? Emboar! You're going to D tier. See you later. I don't really like Emboar that much. I really don't. I'm sorry. I think it's a cool Pokemon. Again, it's the same as Blaziken. It's just fatter and less fast. And, you know, I'm just not an Emboar guy. I'm just not. What am I going to do? I don't like Emboar. We're going to put Incineroar. Where do I want Incineroar? I'm going to put Incineroar in the C tier. I love Litten. And even more so, I love Torterra. I think Torterra is phenomenal. I love that design. I love Torterra. Everything about Torterra. I feel like it's a phenomenal middle stage evolution. One of the best middle stage evolutions there's ever been. But Incineroar, dude, I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of the wrestler thing. I used to be a big wrestling fan. I'm not a wrestling fan anymore. And Incineroar is, to me, it was like the #1 Pokemon in VGC. It took over Arcanine's spot, and it got really annoying really fast. So I'm not a big Incineroar guy. I don't like its design, so we're going to just kind of throw him there at the bottom barrel. We're going to get Blastoise some love here in B tier. I think Blastoise deserves to be B tier. It's one of the OG starters. It was one of my favorites growing up. I loved turtles as a little kid. So when I was like 7 years old playing Pokemon Red and Blue for the first time, Blastoise was like the homie. Of course, now that I've grown, I like Charizard and Venusaur more, but I do like Blastoise, and I won a championship with Blastoise too. I love the little dude rapid spinning. I like that he gets arm cannons, even though he shoots the Hydro Pumps out of his head, because Game Freak doesn't spend time on their animations. This wasn't supposed to be that video. Anyway, for Alligator, you're going to C tier, because I'm going to be heavily weighted here. We can't just be giving everyone S tiers and A+, you know, when your name is Froggator. Froggator's a cool Pokemon. I don't hate on it. I just don't really like it that much. I think it's cool competitively. You can run like Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Aqua Jet. It's pretty sick. Design-wise, it leaves a little bit to be desired. Totodile and Crocodile are cool. Froggator's okay. I just don't really regard it that highly. I'm just like not a big super fan of it, and I wouldn't pick it personally. Generally, I left a lot of the grass starters apparently. I left like most of the grass starters. Sceptile, we're gonna put you in A tier because Sceptile's design is phenomenal. I was always Team Trico when I was younger. I don't really like Mega Sceptile that much, but I do think Sceptile's got some flair. I know Ash had him on his team. Pretty cool grass type. Got some pretty cool options. Again, I'm not like a big Mega Sceptile fan, so that does kind of weigh in here, but I do think it's a really cool Pokemon. Torterra, we're gonna throw you in. I'm sorry, you're gonna be in the D tier. You did get a nice little showing in Detective Pikachu, which was neat, right? You got to be in Detective Pikachu. You were these massive Pokemon continent dudes, and I believe in you, man. I'm not, you know, and little aDrive, if I was like 5 or 10 years old, I would probably love Torterra because I had this fascination with dinosaurs as a kid. As I'm sure a lot of us did. I loved dinosaurs, man. I really did. And Torterra is like a Ankylobrachiosaurus. It's probably not any of those. But I remembered when I knew what it was called when I was a kid. Anyway, it looks really cool, but I just like don't really like it. And I also have to tie in my competitive knowledge when it comes to these things, and Torterra is just like really not good competitively. Superior, this is tough because this is the starter that I would, yeah, you're going to D tier Superior. I'm sorry. I love Snivy. Sort of. I love Servine. I don't like Superior. I kind of hate the fact that it goes from like Snivy and Servine can stand and Superior doesn't. I don't know. For some reason, I just don't like that. It's a weird Pokemon. It was the starter that I chose in that generation, believe it or not, which is funny because my rankings are different than they would have been otherwise. But I'm just not a big Superior guy. I'm sorry. Like, and it's funny because I normally pick the grass starters, so some of my grass starters are getting ranked pretty low. We're gonna throw Meganium. I like Meganium. It's gonna go C tier. I like Meganium. I want to rank these. I don't want to put too much weight on the top here because I don't think that's fair. But Meganium, I actually like Meganium. It is my Gen 2 starter of choice, which means Typhlosion, you're going to the bottom barrel, dude. I'm just not a Typhlosion guy. I'm sorry. I like Meganium more. I think the Gen 1 starters are superior. The Gen 2 starters are, you know, okay. So we're gonna put Typhlosion at the bottom because it doesn't do anything for me. It was the starter that I did originally pick though in Gold and Silver, my first ever playthrough. I remember battling Faulkner with my level 14 Quilava or whatever it was. So that's the thing. Chestnut, you know, Chestnut, I'm gonna probably, this is kind of tough, Chestnut, because I do think you're a cool dude. I'm gonna put you in C tier as well. And just because they're a lower tier doesn't mean I hate them. It doesn't mean that they're the worst Pokemon in the world. I just can't put them on the same pedestal as some of these other Pokemon. Chestnut's cool. I like Spiky Shield. I like its bulk. It was the starter that I chose in Gen Gen 6, despite, you know, Greninja's high ranking here. And then last but not least, I'm gonna actually put Swampert in B tier, because Swampert has grown on me. I didn't really like Swampert that much. It's never been a Pokemon that I really enjoyed, but I recently did a playthrough with Delta Swampert, and it was pretty cool, and it's grown on me as a Pokemon. So that's my tier list, and I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. Charizard reigns supreme. The Gen 1er in me, the 7-year-old aDrive with the Charizard license plate, has to put that thing in God tier. And then I gotta give props, man. I think Greninja and Decidueye, I love the designs, even though they weren't my first pick in Gen 6 or Decidueye was my first pick in Gen 7. Even though they weren't necessarily my first pick, and I know that this tier list, at least the top 3, are very, very skewed towards, I would say, what most people feel. Like, a lot of people really rank Charizard, Greninja, and Decidueye highly. I feel the same way. I generally don't like to go with the popular Pokemon. That's just, I mean, my favorite Pokemon was Masquerain, Mothim, and Vikavolt, so you can just figure that one out. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm sticking to it. Infernape, Sceptile are pretty awesome. I feel like this list actually came out pretty accurate to where I felt. Like, looking back, maybe I was a little harsh on some of these guys, but, you know, I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking by it. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, and argue with me in the comments. What do you think? Fight for your Pokemon. Fight for what's right. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.